On June 14th, 1946, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God gave us Trump. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, fix this country, work all day, fight the Marxists, eat supper, then go to the Oval Office and stay past midnight at a meeting of the heads of state. So God made Trump. I need somebody with arms, strong enough to rustle the deep state, and yet gentle enough to deliver his own grandchild. Somebody to ruffle the feathers, tame cantankerous World Economic Forum, come home hungry, have to wait until the First Lady is done with lunch with friends, then tell the ladies to be sure and come back real soon. And
that was Trump's campaign video. This is from 6 months ago. I don't know exactly when it came out. But hey, this is how they packaged Trump as he announced his second attempt. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Friendship Pearson, and welcome again to my channel. July 28th, happy Sunday, 12:12 in the p.m. Let's say it again together. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. And let's say it with a smile this time. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, people, how is Donald J. Trump being crafted before us? Someone who started out just like us as a child and then grew to be a man, the man, working across the globe and also through the streets of New York, back to Washington, D.C., making his way, doing his purpose as perceived as God would have him. Is he chosen? I think it's a valid question. Is he chosen? Whether or not he was perceived to be. I've said before, long before I did YouTube, I said it in Facebook, that here we have someone who is uniquely qualified. Why? What, a billionaire, give or take? Media mogul, had his own show, remember? You're fired. His own beauty pageant, remember that? Internationally known in real estate, gave money to a lot of presidential candidates back in the day, namely Jesse Jackson and Hillary Clinton, God knows whoever. He's rubbed elbows with some of the top dogs in the world. He's been down dirty in the trenches. He knows the Hollywood folks too. I say that makes him uniquely qualified. And we're not talking just one decade or 2 decades, but several decades of interacting. And yeah, he got a checkered past, but hey, that again makes him uniquely qualified. Did God get something out of him in the first part of his administration? I would argue and say yes. God has utilized other people who were questionable. He's not going to stop. God reigns supreme. He got a choice. He has a right to choose who he wants. It's about getting things done in the kingdom. Something you and I might never understand, but hey, again, he's God. So here we go. Trump, hear it directly from him.
We will pray to God for our strength and for our liberty. We will pray for God and we will pray with God.
More than 50% of Iowa evangelicals support.
We will pray for God and we will pray with God. That don't sound right. That sounds like a Freudian slip.
Strength and for our liberty. We will pray for God and we will pray with God.
More than.
Here we go again. Another controversial statement, like the one I allegedly talked about yesterday, which we'll get into. Did he say I'm a Christian, or did he just say that I'm not a Christian? But let's make sure we understand this here. I'm going to slow this down. Let's go to speed. Let's go to 75. Play.
Strength and for our liberty. We will pray for God and we will pray with God.
We will pray for God and we will pray with God. You heard it, right? Does that make any sense?
Our strength and for our liberty. We will pray for God and we will pray with God.
More than 50%.
I'm sorry, people, but that's suspicious. It's suspicious, people. How you going to pray for God? Unless you're saying, I'm going to pray for God to help us. But he didn't say that. He said we're going to pray for God. I digress. People, look. Here we go.
Of Iowa evangelicals support Donald Trump. At almost double the next closest candidate, the group is seen as the foundation for what some believe will be an easy win come caucus time. Other candidates might be saying at this point, don't believe the polls in Iowa. But the packed parking lots at his rallies and Trump supporters say otherwise.
Speaking on statistics, everybody loves him.
You believe the polling?
I believe the people I talk to. I mean, I can't hardly find anybody that doesn't like him. The people that don't like him either aren't active or they weren't going to change their minds anyway, but it's not very many.
Donald Trump is my guy. He has world support. He has a mission that needs to be completed. He has faith in what he's doing.
Trump boasts a number of pastor endorsements across the state.
Gates of hell will not prevail against him.
Including pastor and...
I like what that guy said. He got a mission. In fact, both these guys make valid arguments. Listen to him.
Statistics, everybody loves him.
You believe the polling?
I believe the people I talk to. I mean, I can't hardly find anybody that doesn't like him. The people that don't like him either aren't active or they weren't going to change their minds anyway, but it's not very many.
Donald Trump is my guy. He has world support. He has a mission that needs to be completed. He has
a mission that needs to be completed. Although Biden said, yeah, let me complete the job. Don't start laughing. I get it. I'll digress, right? Okay, now here's the controversial, questionable moment. See if I got it in the right spot.
Just get your family, get everyone you know, and vote. Vote early, vote absentee, vote on election day. I don't care how, but you have to get out and vote. And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian. I love you. Get out.
What? Wow. Did he say? We're going to do the playback again. Did he say, I'm Christian or I'm not Christian? What did he say?
I watched part of it yesterday, but I didn't finish watching.
To do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian. I love you. Get out.
What did he say?
Did he say I'm not Christian? Or I'm a Christian? I'm going to slow it down some more. Don't think I like this, but here we go.
Just get your family, get everyone you know, and vote. Vote early, vote absentee, vote on election day. I don't care how, but you have to get out and vote. And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian.
I'm a Christian. It does sound like that. I took it as I'm not Christian. You know, there's a saying out there, and put in the comment section, we heard before, that when you speak, if you say it a certain way, I guess like with a twitch, it has a double meaning. Okay? I'm gonna leave it at that. And it perplexed me, so I had to put it in super slow-mo. And I'm still hearing both. Either way, check this out. I'm gonna leave this in the comment, in the description. Will Trump need plastic surgery on his ear? Now you're gonna hear something. This reporter said that it tore off the top of his ear. I'm not gonna show it because the bullet just left, but I'm gonna show it afterwards. But listen, I'm gonna turn this volume up. I'm only gonna play it one time. I want you to hear it. Listen.
It tore off the top of his ear, leaving blood streaking across his face. I spoke with plastic surgeon Dr. Stephen Greenberg. With the amount that it was bleeding, would that have meant that it hit an artery?
There's a lot of vessels around the ear, and particularly in the skin area, so it typically bleeds a lot.
Congressman Ronnie Jackson, Trump's former White House physician, says a piece of his ear is missing.
It just passed right over the top of his ear and took a little piece off the top of his ear as it came across. And of course, the ear's pretty vascular, so it bled aggressively, and that's why it's dressed up. It's still bleeding a little bit.
And do you think that Trump is going to need reconstructive surgery on his ear?
It looks like there was superficial damage to that cartilage, and in fact, the bullet may have gone straight through both the cartilage and the skin portion. So what we do to reconstruct that is we either take that piece of cartilage out and close it, or just close the skin over it, depending upon how much damage there is.
All right, hope I didn't get a copyright issue, but this is serious. This is serious. Let me see, if I started at this mark here, yes, so I got it just right. So what you're hearing is from this doctor, this surgeon, his former surgeon. What do you come away with? I come away with it that it took off a part of his ear. Now I'm going somewhere with this, so check this out. Now, here's Willie D. I check out Willie D every now and then, but his is more blunt, or actually equally as blunt as what you're hearing on social media. It's there. People not buying that it even happened. And people questioning, looking at the ear now like, what? Did it actually get hit? So listen to Willie's response.
So let's get into the story. Let's take a look at this picture. I want y'all to look at this, family. Look at this. Do you see any type of scratch, a mark, a pinch, anything? You can't even see a scratch from a Melania trying to fight him off of her. Ain't no scratch nowhere. Ain't a hole, a pinch, nothing. Let alone a fragment from a bullet, a shrapnel from a bullet, nothing.
Now you wonder why you heard silence? Because something electronically went wrong. The silence was deafening. It went at least maybe 10 seconds before you could hear the rest of his comment. So you kind of read between the lines. He's talking about all of a sudden, you don't hear no audio. So you read between the lines, people. Hey, look. What do you think? Because it's all over the media. The pictures are speaking. I'm no surgeon. If you're a surgeon or know somebody does plastic surgery, take a little time, not weeks, but months. Should it have been some type of scar? I mean, we talking less than what, 10 or 12 days, he took off the bandage? Come on, man. I mean, look, I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm putting out there what's out there. I'm reporting. And Willie ain't the only one saying it. It's a lot of folks out there questioning what they're looking at. Now, check this out.
And I notice what you're wearing on your right ear.
This is the newest fashion trend. I'm getting this going. Everybody in the world is going to be wearing these pretty soon. It's the latest thing. My wife tells me I dress like an engineer, but I'm setting new fashion ground here.
Look, it's like a Dana White walking down to UFC. That's the vibe it gives off, right? Like a fighter coming to the
that's an accident,
coming to the octagon.
I'm wearing a bandage on my right ear and standing in solidarity with President Trump.
We realize that this was a tragedy that should have never happened. And we want him to know that we are going through this with him, that we honor him, that we respect him, we're behind him, we're in it for the fight. As they come in, more and more want to wear it.
Wow. Did you put one on? I ain't knocking nobody. I'm just saying, did you put one on? Look, they say if you tell the story long enough, it becomes believable. In my field, I'm looking for evidence. Maybe I'll never get it. Now check this out. Trump shooting left 2 centimeters wound in each ear, from former physician says. The Trump campaign on Saturday shared new details of the former president's health 1 week after a shooter opened fire at a rally in Pennsylvania and struck Trump's right ear. Why it matters? The memo from Representative Ronnie Jackson of Texas, Trump's former White House physician, is the most detailed update yet of the former president's injury and emphasizes how close he was to being killed. So yeah, you already heard about it early in the video. And then we got this. This is what's happening right now. I said, this is what's happening right now. Look at that. Man, look at that. You're going to sell a lot of toys, aren't they? Look at that thing. Look at that thing, people. Got the claws going on. The eagle. What is that there in the middle? I mean, look at that image. You got the sword, the breastplate going on his knees. Look at that. Statue of Liberty. And who is that? Is that JFK? I don't know. Somebody help me out. Is that JFK? Got the lion, the eagle again, the eagle on his feet. People, this is like Park Rome. This is deep. I'm kind of having fun with it. It's kind of cute. But what does it represent? I said to you guys about a month ago, they're going to blow Trump up like the Michelin Man, or like that movie they did about 30 years ago. What's the name of that movie? I can't remember it. Where Ghostbusters. They're going to make a big Ghostbuster thing out of Trump. So I was right. They'll blow him up. And then once they take him down, look at this. Look at that. Is that not the sun god? Uh-oh, snap. Got the sun god. Look, people. Even though Trump not responsible for making this, I don't think he's affiliated with this, but look, they got the triangle, the pyramid, and the sun god Ra. Come on, man. Right? And that's definitely Greek, like Julius Caesar. But look, I can deal with all this here. The bird, the fangs. I can deal with that. He's a warrior, right? Statue of Liberty, fighting for freedom. I can deal with just about everything on here. And what does that say? Dazivos. Zyvost. I gotta decode that. Let me write that down. D-A-Z-I-V-O-S-T-R-I. Anybody know what that means? Put in the comment section. D-A-Z-I-V-O-S-T-R-I. What is that? Wow, what is that? But yeah, people, look, you can't deny that something's going on in the spiritual, metaphysical realm. That is Ra, allegedly. That's the sun, people. That's the sun. And that's the triangle, like the pyramid from Egypt. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's type that in. Sun God. Ra. Warrior. See if we can get an image on that. Uh-oh. Look at that. Okay. Uh-oh, look at that. Look at that. All that here. Oh, well, look. Look at that. Is that the sun? People, look. We got to look at things as they show it to us. Look at that. Is this really Trump, or is it the sun god that they're depicting? Huh? Look, you got to ask that question. Is this really Ra with just Trump's head on it? Come on, people, work with me. People, look, these are the last days, baby. Something popping off. I see some similarities here. What's really going on? I said, what's really going on? Look at that. All these images. Should we not look at what we have in the past? Huh? Got a piercing sword. You got the sword going out to conquer. Why did they pick Trump like that? Look at that. Put in the comment section, what does this make you think of? What does this make you think of? Is this the sun god Ra that they really showing us? I say there's a similarity, people. I say there's a similarity. And what makes this really, really suspicious is this sun god here. That's deep. That's deep. I just typed it in. Giant images of Trump in Olympic parade over there in France. Now, Trump says he will return to Butler for a big and beautiful rally. He going back to Butler, where he was shot at. Would you go back to Butler? Huh? It shows what? Shows that, hey, he ain't scared, right? Okay. In light of the video I showed you earlier, that the SWAT team from Butler are saying they had no communication with whom? The Secret Service. Listen.
We were supposed to get a face-to-face briefing with the Secret Service snipers whenever they arrived, and that never happened. So I think that was probably a pivotal point where I started thinking things were wrong, because that never happened, and we had no communication with the Secret Service.
You had no communication with the Secret Service at all on that Saturday?
Not until after the shooting.
And by then?
It was too late.
It was too late. So we're going from a child in which they depicted in an advertisement him being chosen, to one who leads, then to, you might as well call it a modern day graven image. Whereas on the side, they got what? They got Ra. I didn't see it till I produced the film now. And again, what is this? Let me look it up. Let me type that in. D-A-Z, D-A-Z, I-V, O-S-T-R-E. What is that? Is that French? D-A-Z-I-V-O-S-T. Okay. Engraved on the blade of the sword was the Italian phrase "Dazi vostra," which translates to "your taxes" or "your duties," but is also a pun on "Casi vostri," meaning "you're in trouble." The sculpture included multiple moving parts. Wow. That's what it means, people. You're in trouble, huh? Does that mean does that mean those who come against him are in trouble? Or does that mean us? Time will only tell. Well, people, are we making this guy a god? Will he get it done? Do you think he's chosen? Do you think this looks like the sun god Ra? Do you think we should be making images? What do you think? My biggest thing is when I see this, the thing that bothers me the most is on the side, like I said, you got this. This is my biggest problem. Because he's carrying the sword. You follow me? He's carrying that sword. And that sword at the top is the sun god, people. Look, forget about Trump. Forget about you see his face. That could be anybody's face. In my mind, what you have to ask yourself is this. As a human being, he's carrying a sword. And the top has got the sun god Egyptian. And it's got this on it. And it's ablaze. So I gave you the definition. And let me pull it up again because I lost it. I had it and I lost it. But you know what it said. Well, let's go back. We can find it. Be patient. You know what it said? You're in trouble, didn't it? That's what it said. It said you're in trouble. So let's take it for what it just said. It said you're in trouble. And if it says you're in trouble, there it is there. Hallelujah. And it's engraved on the sword, people. So forget about it being Trump on there. That sword has the sun god Ra on it, and it's in a blaze. And you would have to go at 100% with my logic. Engraved on the blade of the sword was the Italian phrase "Dazi vostra," which translates to "your taxes" or "your duties," but is also a pun on "Casi vostra," meaning you're in trouble. I'm taking it literally. We're in trouble. The sun god Ra is alive and well. And even though Donald J. Trump, I'm assuming did not have anything to do with this, there's got to be a spirit out there that made it. Put in the comment section. We got to pray against these false gods. If this is what is attached to Donald J. Trump, and those are the people that might be around him in the future, we better pray. We better pray. I'm Friend Shot Pierce. Like the video, thumbs up, share it. Put down your comments. Did you know this was there? Because this is an eye-opener to me. Did you know that this image was there? Did you have any idea this was going on in France? Speaking without speaking. I'm done. God bless you. God keep you. Something's going on, people. I'm sure there's a lot of images in there I don't know about. But that one speaks volumes. Let me know what you think.